So, dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my presentation, Impact of Connected Cars on After-Sales Services and Processes. My name is Uwe Krüger. I'm responsible for Teleservices within the BMW Group for all the brands, BMW, Mini, Rolls-Royce. And I want to show you how the fascination of the Internet of Things helps us in terms of connectivity to create the Internet of Cars. Cars are also machines, and we are here to talking about machine-to-machine communication. But for us as BMW, our machines, our cars, are the ultimate driving machines that provide and sheer driving pleasure to our customers. Connected vehicles will be everywhere in the center of mobile and Internet of Things innovations. Cars on the road are being equipped with driver assistance systems, traffic information systems, with infotainment features, and with active safety functions as well. If we look in the future, maybe all of you have in mind that 50 billion connected devices in 2020. But if we have a closer look to the connected cars, McKinsey counted in 2014 84 million connected vehicles. The number of connected vehicles will rise in the next several years by 30% per year. And that will lead us to 290 million connected vehicles in 2020. But the digitization and the new technology opportunities change the car in its fundamental role. The new BMW 7 Series is an example of such an innovative change. Journalist says it's a window into the future of BMW. It's a balance of leading-edge technology, connectivity and comfort. It's an answer on the digitization of modern mobility. After the technological changes towards a sustainable mobility, digitization towards the Internet of Things will be the next fundamental change of the automotive industry. And the connected car, as largest mobile data hub, becomes an important element of the Internet of Things, says Harald Krüger, CEO of the BMW Group. And to answer that question, what you may have in your mind in advance, no, we are not related genetically, but we are related in our mind. But such a change cannot be successful without our customers. The customer expectations on connected cars are already high, and a combination of different topics. A study of Capgemini shows us 4 major topics. At first, driving and safety. Here you can find things like a breakdown call or the emergency call in case of an emergency. Find real-time traffic information as well. At second, vehicle management. HMI, integrated vehicle information. A permanent vehicle health check monitors the vehicle and generates check control messages if there is something wrong to inform the driver. Even remote service or remote support can be given by customer call centers. The customer expectations on customer care and after-sales services contain, for instance, the automatic service appointment scheduling based on an automatic service appointment request or service reminders, or the contact of the preferred dealer, the preferred of the customer dealer via a service partner management function. If we think in terms of the expectations for infotainment, we see Wi-Fi hotspot, we see app integration of social media apps into the vehicle HMI. Or we see other entertainment services like music streaming or video streaming. Additionally, new services, mobility services for parking will be offered. And finally, all of that services should be booked via an online store that can be used either via the vehicle HMI, via the smartphone, or via a customer portal. If you believe that is future, and I can say no, that it's reality, because all of that, what you see here, can you use with BMW ConnectedDrive. Let me show you on one slide what we have done so far, because the story of connected mobility is more than 40 years old within the BMW Group. Let's go back in the year 1972. The legendary M1 Turbo was the first car with a built-in radar technology. In the 80s, we introduced telemetry and the first onboard computer system. In the 19s, we introduced the navigation system and the first connected service. It was an emergency call as part of the BMW Assist package in the US. From 2000 onwards, we introduced BMW Online, we introduced the Teleservices worldwide, and 2008, the in-car internet. In 2011, we was the first manufacturer who offers an over-the-air update for dedicated components in a vehicle, like for infotainment and connectivity. In 2013, we realigned our connected drive strategy towards 100% connectivity for all of our vehicles, and with an enhanced rollout of connected drive and teleservices into the world. Actually, we have that in 32 markets worldwide and cover around about 97% of the per year sales volume of BMW. In 2014, we introduced as first premium OEM an in-car online store which enables our customers to book or renew connected drive services over vehicle lifetime. Well, BMW has more than 40 years experience in a connected mobility, but what is the BMW ConnectedDrive and Teleservices exactly? Let me try to show you that based on that slide. ConnectedDrive is an offer to our customer containing software and hardware. Software on one hand side with update and upgrade capable components is needed to create connected services and applications, especially for infotainment, for safety, and for comfort. On the other hand side, you see the hardware. Hardware which is, for instance, a pre-fitted connectivity module with an own SIM card, or high-performance computers behind that small, medium, or large displays that you can see in the cockpit to inform about services and to control them. But additionally, we see also sensor technology for our intelligent parking via the parking assistant, or the intelligent driving with our adaptive cruise control or traffic jam assistant, or our intelligent vision to show the relevant information direct into the view of the driver via the BMW head-up display or the BMW night vision. The after-sales part of the connected drive are the BMW Teleservices. And the BMW Teleservices are a bunch of features and functions to validate, preserve, and restore functional capabilities of the vehicle. Only a part of these services are really visible to customers. For instance, a breakdown call or an automatic service call or an online logbook. But most of the teleservices are under the tip of the iceberg. They are enablers for connected drive services like the charging information in real time, or they are optimizers for service processes. Additionally, we are supporting our quality management to provide continuous vehicle data in the pre-series validation, especially for new model series or new electric components. For BMW, the Internet of Things helps through new possibilities of connectivity to create the Internet of Cars. We use its power to create new approaches for mobility, services, and connectivity. For instance, the BMW Project I, with its first products, BMW i3 and BMW i8, provides a 360-degree solution around electric mobility. Our customers can experience dedicated BMW i ConnectedDrive services via Internet portal, via vehicle HMI, or via smartphone app to support the experience of electric driving on a day-by-day basis. Mobility services like Park Now are new services to find and use free parking places, and Drive Now, one of the first globally acting and successful car-sharing offers, rounded up that portfolio. But let me show you some of these BMW i ConnectedDrive services more in detail. At first, the BMW i Remote app enables the customer to control and have access to its BMW i at any time. This application is clustered in two major screens: status, mobility, and efficiency. While status provides an overview about the charging status and the actual range, the mobility provides a range map and vehicle finder, or the last mile routing. Efficiency provides information about the usage of the BMW i, statistics and tutorials to be more efficient while electric driving in the future. The sensor-based onboard system ConditionBased Services identifies automatically service requirements for operating fluids or wearing components and displays it to the customer in the cockpit. In case of a CBS status, when switch from green to yellow, all relevant vehicle data will be transferred to BMW, and we forward it to the preferred dealer of the customer. This dealer is contacting the customer to arrange the service appointment. Third, intermodal routing gives the customer the opportunity to integrate public transport information into the route planning to optimize the route in case of heavy traffic or low state of charge. Additionally, the navigation system provides the opportunity to avoid traffic jams and to change the mode of transportation by giving the driver the opportunity to use park and ride spots and have convenient access to the public transportation. So what are our experience in more of 15 years BMW ConnectedDrive, and what are the challenges for the automotive web of things? At first, we see mobile networks. There's a high demand for real-time connectivity. Of course, for the current connected services, but much more in the future for autonomous driving. We see the issue of coverage. If we consider the coverage in urban cities and in rural areas, it's unfortunately a difference, sometimes even in technologies. And we see also another issue upcoming, technology sunsets, for instance, of 2G in the US. That is a big challenge for all of the providers who have built-in 2G connectivity modules. Another thing is data volumes. If we consider connected services, there are on one hand side, connected services where are transaction-based. On the other hand side, where are services where need to have a continuous data stream. Some services need only some kilobytes, others need megabytes, and some, especially entertainment services, are using gigabytes per year per vehicle. All of that traffic generates costs, and these costs has to be considered in the business cases all over the world, because we want to offer the services over lifetime. And sometimes we are wondering about offerings of connected services over lifetime if we consider the traffic and the volumes, the data volumes, which are used for the services. But also the scalability of IT systems is necessary. At this point of time, we have 4 million connected BMW out there. And these 4 million connected BMW are using ConnectedDrive and Teleservices on a day-by-day basis. That means we have a lot of challenges for our IT systems in terms of distribution. We have more than 1 hubs worldwide, but also for scalability and performance of the IT components. Last but not least, if we have a deeper look to the design of connected services, we see where is a discussion between maturity on the one hand side, that it's expected from connected services from a premium OEM, but also the necessary speed that we need to use upcoming business opportunities. For this, we try to use so-called building blocks for the creation of services that gives us the opportunity to be faster in the future for new upcoming connected services. This principle, or this working principle is already known from our hardware components that we use in the development for the different model series. And now we do that also for connected services. But the implementation of the new connected services at BMW follows also strong processes for testing and validation. And the synchronization between the dedicated milestones in the car development and the service development is key. This proceeding ensures stability for our connected services and between the different development cycles of the car and the connected services. As well, sustainability of the service over the upcoming development cycles. If people are processing data, they will make better decisions. This statement is valid for our employees in the after-sales organization, but also for our customers. So we have, beside that, what I told you already about customer expectation, especially in the after-sales, the need to support in the future new digital touchpoints. In the past, a service appointment, for instance, was agreed between the customer and the service advisor on the telephone. In the future, we see online appointment scheduling and, of course, the necessity to send out an offer on a digital way. But the digital way or the digital touchpoints make us more comparable with other offers in the market. And that means there is a high need of differentiation due to the other offers, maybe from independent workshop systems in the future. And what we also see is that customers want to have their service, wants to have the work done, in every case, just in time. There's a decreasing willingness to wait. And that's also a challenge for our after-sales organization. But this is not the only one. Also, technological challenges are there in terms of connectivity and electrification. Connectivity is not a new thing. As you have seen, we have that since more than 15 years. And also electrification, we have that since 2011, since the first hybrid electric vehicles. But with the BMW i3 and i8, there was a new step in high voltage components. And most of our service technicians are mechanics and not electrical engineers. And therefore, there is a big transformation needed towards new skills. But also new materials for lightweight design leads us to new processes in terms of manufacturing and logistics. By the way, logistics is a very good example for enhancing our connectivity, because we introduced the connectivity not only if the vehicle is given to the customer, but now also for the transportation phase. If there is a vehicle produced in a plant and on the way to the dealer, we can monitor the vehicle, can monitor the battery state and even the tire pressure to make sure that the vehicle is coming in a well state to the dealer. These advanced processes are also necessary for the new digitized world. We see there is a big trend to urbanization to the big cities, but we all know that the place on the big cities is very limited, and of course the time of the people who live in the big cities is also very limited, and that requires also new processes and new approaches to ensure efficient service for the vehicles. But connectivity is also an enabler for remote diagnostics to analyze the vehicle situation and, in case of a service demand, find out in advance what is the exact amount of work to prepare to the workshop for the service appointment. In case of necessary updates for electric and electronic components, software update and upgrades over the air becomes more and more important. But even if all software components would be updatable, not all control units will be updated over the air due to safety and security reasons. Finally, if we transform existing processes into the digital world, we expect more standardization to fulfill the expectations in terms of quality and quantity of services throughputs. But customers are no machines, and we want to treat them as individuals with their wishes, requirements, and demands. Beside the trend to standardization, to deliver into the digitized world, individualization in the customer treatment remains key to convince the customer and to increase their loyalty to our brand. The connected car is a milestone for the connected life. The Internet of Things is the key driver in the digitization of the automotive industry. With ConnectedDrive, Teleservices, And mobility services like Drive Now and Park Now and our digital services, we provide already today a comprehensive offer for connectivity and connected services to our customers. Since a long time, BMW is much more than a manufacturer of exciting vehicles. And also, it's the Internet of Things, more than just interconnecting devices. It will enable and accelerate new services as well as new businesses. Look at the current IFA in Berlin, one of the world leading trade show for consumer electronics and home appliance. We show where the smart home integration with a BMW i3 together with the smart home application of Deutsche Telekom and the smart thing application of Samsung. Apropos Samsung, we show also together with the new Galaxy Gear S2 the connectivity between BMW i3 and that wrist phone, and the perfect and fast integration of smartphones of both major operating systems of Apple iOS and Google Android. Demonstrates our performance and, of course, the potential of BMW ConnectedDrive. So, a lot of topics that will be changed in the future by the Internet of Things are not presented yet. We will see changes in many areas, not only in the automotive industry. I hope this presentation provided you, in a nutshell, a small view on the connected cars, their role, our experiences, but also the challenges in the new world of digitization. The new technological trends, like the Internet of Things, provide upcoming new business opportunities for our customers, but also for our cars and their individual mobility, and for the entire automotive industry. Don't wait. Let's use them. Thank you very much.
I notice you didn't mention the word security, and we had the breach of BMW in January, I think, with ConnectedDrive, and then Jeep Cherokee last month with hackers. What are you doing to make us trust this?
Okay, good question. Thank you very much. So regarding that hack, what you have seen in the press launched by ADAC in Germany, of course, it was a security lack what was launched here from the ADAC, but we closed it already. The interesting thing here is that that security lack is not really, let's say, applicable in the real world. You have a special environment. You have to have a special environment for that. But nevertheless, it was a lack, and I was personally involved in closing that lack. Anyhow, what you have seen with the Jeep Cherokee or with the Corvette, I guess, in the States, is based on the OBD2 dongle, or based on OBD2 dongles, which are not used by BMW. We have an integrated SIM card with an own automotive solution, and of course, security is one thing that gives us an high impact for the connected services, and you can be sure that we do everything to be in front of good or bad hackers in the future, to make sure that our connected services cannot be hacked anymore.
Do you use white hat hackers to help protect?
Yes, in a very specific range, we are doing that. We are not doing that on a, let's say, open area, but for specific cases, we are doing that, yes.
And have they been useful, and how long have you been using them?
We have a specific department for that, BMW internal department, and we do it since around about 5 years.
So clearly they have some benefit for you to have
Absolutely,
pursued this line.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And as I said, that specific case which was announced by ADAC is not, let's say, a really case which can be done open in an open environment.
Yeah. Good. Thank you for your candor. Stefanos.
Stelian Somargex from Samsung Semiconductor. You have shown a very nice a roadmap of all the applications being added time after time. And then behind each one of these applications, there was also connectivity coming with it. In the meantime, in a luxury car like a BMW, there are about 4 to 6 modems, perhaps more, coming with all these applications. And we are aware that in general in the automotive industry, there is now starting consolidation of all these modems into perhaps 1 to 3 platforms. Do you have a comment how this consolidation looks also inside BMW?
Okay. Well, the strategy of the connectivity of BMW was in the past and will be in the future that we have only one connectivity device with the actual mobile network technology. At this point of time, it's 4G. But of course, we have a lot of cars in the market with 2G technology. But for the different services, we are not using several modems or something like that, or several connectivity components. There's only one connectivity component, which an integrated SIM card, where all of the connected services go through and will be connected with the mobile network and with dedicated services or with the BMW backend. And this will be also part in the future. In the past, we tried to use also customer mobile phone for having data connectivity. We did that especially in the teleservices area, because in the past we had not that 100% connectivity over lifetime for teleservices and decall. So we tried to find out, is that a possible alternative for us to provide a connectivity between the vehicle and the BMW backend system? And we found out that it's not, because there are too many factors that prevent us to use customer mobile phones as a reliable connectivity modem for connected services. And if you have questions about that, you have only ask one thing. Would you rely on your mobile phone if you drive with around 150 kilometers per hour when you have an accident? So, and we have for the eCall an own module, which is used for all the other connected drive services too, which is automotive proven. And we can ensure that even in such an emergency case, the connectivity to send out data about the emergency case and a voice connection will be established.
Okay. Uwe, thank you. I'm afraid we have only time for one more question. Can I ask you to take your question to Uwe offline? But there's a gentleman here who did put his hand up some time ago. If I could ask you to be brief, sir, and to enable us to keep to the time, if you could keep your answer as quick as you can. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for this presentation and sharing with us your way using M2M technology.
Could you say who you are, please? Thank you.
One moment, please. I'll still come to this point. My name is Jörn Hiddesen. I'm from Avato Systems. Avato Systems is an IT service provider. One question arising to me is, this car provides many data. but this car will be owned by a person. He buys for the car. What I don't see is that this person is the owner of the data. What I feel is BMW says, we are the owner of the data. You buy the car, pay for it, but we own the data. It's a little bit a question for me, if this is the right way.
Thank you for that question, very interesting. Of course, I will not repeat all of that what my bosses said to who is the owner of the data of the car. But I will give you another example. Of course, every customer has the opportunity to say, no, I don't want to have connected services. But if we want to offer connected services to the customer, then it's a sharing of data, because we need the data of the vehicle to arrange, let's say, a service appointment or to analyze a breakdown situation. If we don't have these data, we cannot help in the same way like if we have the data. So therefore, we have the terms and conditions, and the customer is informed about that, what we are doing with the data. Specifically for every connected drive services. The interesting thing here is that we try to be transparent to our customers, but we offer also the opportunity to say to the customer, no, I don't want to share my data, but in this case, we cannot offer connected services. That's the case.
Okay, thank you. Uwe, thanks very much for your candor.
Thank you.
For taking all of the questions. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.